Check this out because I've been thinking about this scenario for a while. All right, and this will probably be the best game, best matchup we'll never see. So let me paint the picture for you. You need one drive to score. All right, and you need a touchdown to win the game. Imagine the 23 Rhein Fire offense versus the 2022 Hamburg Sea Devil defense. Who you got?
We doing everything they talk about. You know I'm everything a boss about. Not putting work and gotta toss them out. I'm really biting, they just barking out. I'm really riding, they just parking now. His street, what to talk about. See the big H when I'm walking out. Yeah.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to this episode of Base Coverage. I'm your host, Jamal Clay. We're on Athletes Forum Network. Thank you guys for tuning in. For those of you who are new to the show or have been rocking with me for a while, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Drop a comment, especially on this one, because I've been thinking about this topic for a while. And it's a big hypothetical, but I want to dive into it. All right. I want to get you guys' thoughts because this is a matchup that unfortunately we'll never see, but it's with two historic teams in terms of, the size of the ball they dominate. So let me paint the scenario for you. All right. You have one drive. All right. You have one drive to score a touchdown. And the reason why it's a touchdown is because I don't want special teams getting involved. All right. I want the best versus the best. All right. So you have one drive to score a touchdown. All right. On one side of the ball, you got the 2023 offense for the Rhein Fire. And on the other side of the ball, you got the 2022 defense of the Hamburg Sea Devils. Now, granted, they got an asterisk just because, they lost to the Vikings in the championship. So let's just play this out regular season wise. All right. Who you got? Who do you got? Because on one hand, when you think about the 2023 Rhein Fire offense, I think about probably the most explosive offense Europe has ever seen in any of the leagues, right? You have one of the best QB performances that's ever been played in Europe in Jadrian Clark. You got, the number one offense. You have the number one passing and number one rushing offense. You got, third in rushing, Rhein Fire. You had a team that scored 540 total points, most ever in the ELF, 115 more points than the second best that's ever scored in Europe. You got the most dominant offensive linemen and three guys who ranked in the top 30. All right, Severin Breidenbach, Jakob Christensen, and my guy over at guard. I forgot his name. It's not coming to me right now, but you know what I'm talking about. The one that looks like The Rock. All right. The one that looks like The Rock. So you got one of the most dominant offensive lines. You got the all-time leading rusher in Glenn Tunga, self-explanatory. And then you got three or four receivers who could all be number ones on any team. All right. Anthony Mfongu, Harlan Kofi, Nathaniel Robitaille. Okay, even if I have Nathaniel Robitaille, William Patterson. Right? You got an explosive offense led by Andrew Weininger, offensive coordinator. We all know him. We all know what he's capable of. So you got one of the most explosive offenses that's ever been in Europe. All right. Now on the other side of the ball, they would be going up against a defense that's unprecedented. All right. This defense, we're talking about a defense that's number one total in 2022. They were number one in pass defense, number one in rush defense, number one in interceptions, and number two in sacks with a plus 15 turnover margin. That is insane. That's insane. And the talent on this field alone is wild. So I ask you again, who do you have? Because in 2022, a lot of teams thought they were gonna, catch the wave in the 040 Hamburg, and a lot of teams got stuck. Again, except for the Vienna Vikings in the championship, but that's a discussion for another day. A lot of teams got stuck in that wave. All right. And you look at the players that are on that Sea Devil defense, Kasim Edebale, Tim Haney, you got Evan Jaboa, Justin Rogers, Daniel Brown, Kevin Fortes, Miguel Brock, right? Giovanni the Nun guy. I mean, you got dudes. led by the madman himself, Coach Kentrell Ellison. All right. And you know, you look at the matchup between the coaches, and yeah, Coach Weidenker has his number. But if we ever got this matchup, which again, it won't ever happen, but who knows? Because you know, these types of performances are hard to come by. But if we ever got this matchup, right? Who do you have? Again, let me paint the pictures for you. Ryan Fire needed a touchdown. Reason why he needed a touchdown, I don't want to get special teams involved. So let's just say they need a touchdown to win the game, right? And you got on one hand one of the most explosive offenses in the ELF and in Europe in general, going up against the defense that, you know, was setting historic numbers in 2022 in the ELF, right? Tons of talent on the field, right? So who do you have? Who makes the play? What matchup are you looking for? I tell you what, just thinking about it off the top of my head, the best matchup might not even be the skill guys. It's probably in the trenches. It's probably in the trenches. All right. So I've been dreaming about this matchup for a while. I know we'll never get it, but this is, you know, some locker room conversation and debate. And I want to know who you guys have in this game. Do the Fire score and win, or do defense win championships? You tell me. Do the Fire score and win, or do the defense win championships? All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. Drop a comment. Let's talk about it, and let's keep this conversation going. All right. But man, this is the best matchup we'll never see.
Hard work, they don't know about it. Hard work, they don't know about it. Hard work, they don't know about it. Animal.